Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to the City Ground in Nottingham. 5:30 kick-off for this game this evening between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest ahead of kick-off know that they'll be safe if they can get past Chelsea this evening after the results have gone for them in the earlier kick-offs in the Premier League. Big game in the bottom for Nottingham Forest then. They know that if they can get a win today, that all will secure their safety and relegate Luton along with Burnley and Sheffield United after Burnley got relegated earlier on this afternoon. We'll take a look at the two teams that started with Nottingham Forest, who were managed by Nuno Espirito Santo, playing in a 5-4-1 formation with Marcel's in goal, Gonzalo Montiel, Willie Bollin, Murillo, Musa Niakate and Ola Aina across the back. Morgan Gibbs-White, Ryan Yates, the captain, and Danilo, along with Callum Hudson-Odoi in the starting lineup in midfield, and leading the line is Chris Wood. As for Chelsea, managed by Maurizio Pochettino, their going lineup is a 4-2-3-1 formation today with Jordi Petrovic in goal, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Benoit Badiashile, Marco Cucurella, Moses Caicedo, Conor Gallagher, Noddy Madueke, Cole Palmer, Michaela Mudryk, Nicholas Jackson. On the benches then for the two sides, starting with Nottingham Forest, is Matt Turner, Harry Toffolo, Andrew Omobamidele, Ibrahim Sangare, Checo Chiarte, Nicholas Dominguez, Taiwo Awanyi, Anthony Elanga and Divock Origi. As for Chelsea's Marcus Bettinelli, Axel Disasi, Reece James, Levi Colwell, Malo Gusto, Kaside, Ugochukwu, Sterling and Nkunku. One change for Nottingham Forest, Niakate for Elanga from their 3-1 win over Sheffield United last time out. Chelsea unchanged from their 5-0 win over West Ham United last time out. Should be a good game then. Big game if there ever was one. And what TC up, also coming up to JV Sports and also Focus on Football. Good afternoon to everybody listening in and welcome along to this Premier League encounter. The referee, Tony Harrington, is 41 from Cleveland. His assistant man, Neil Davis and Mark Perry. Craig Pawson is the fourth official. VAR is John Brooks, and he's also assisted John Brooks by Lee Betts, is in the VAR booth at Stockley Park this evening. I am joined today on commentary by a good friend of mine, and he is a Burnley fans will get his thoughts on Burnley's relegation shortly. But Paul James is alongside me this afternoon. And Paul, very good evening to you. And what an atmosphere it is here at the City Ground. Forest fans are important as they know that they're just moments away from a third successive season in the Premier League.
Yes, good afternoon, Russ. Good afternoon, everybody. It's really a party atmosphere at the City Ground. They're all but there now. I mean, it would take an absolute miracle of a goal swing for them to go down at this stage. But they won't be taking anything for granted with Chelsea. Nuno Espirito Santos will have that team prepared, and Forest will just take a point today if they can. And Chelsea, well, they're still chasing European football, so they need a win today themselves. We're in for a good game today.
We are indeed, Paul, as we almost set up the kick-off. All the pre-match handshakes done and dusted. Just the final thing for us to do, which will be getting this game off and underway then, as we're now underway at the City Ground here in Nottingham, with Chelsea getting the game off and underway then, attacking the goal away to my left-hand side as the ball is flicked on as Conor Gallagher wins it. Yes, it's there. On to Chris Wood. Also well does Chris Wood. Out wide to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea players know a lot about him, having left Stamford Bridge to come to Nottingham Forest. Here's Chris Wood again. Down on halfway and wins this side of early free kick. Yates is there and takes it quickly. But the referee wants it to be retaken as a Chelsea man in the way. And the Forest... number 28, Danilo, and he wins his side another throw-in, which Olaena will come across to take, moving up from the left-back position. There's Mauricio Pochettino, the Chelsea boss, who's under a bit of pressure at Stamford Bridge. There's talks around his future and saying his future is not clear about for next season. We'll have to wait and see whether that comes to fruition. As here is Montiel, who can get the ball back then to Willie Bolly, and Bolly can come forward from the right centre-back position over the top looking for Chris Wood, and Chris Wood's behind it, and Chris Wood tries to chip the keeper, Petrovic, who makes a fantastic save, and inside 90 seconds, we almost have the first goal of the game there, Paul James.
Yeah, I think it was a ball over the top, and the Chelsea defence had fallen asleep and let Chris Wood in. Chris Wood one-on-one tried to go over the goalkeeper. It's good work by Petrovic, but an early warning shot fired across the Chelsea bow.
Yes, and he's still 0-0. Then there's early warning signs there for Chelsea to show, which you've seen Nottingham Forest show what they're all about and cause them a few problems. But here is Cucurella to Caicedo. He gets the ball over the top, and that's a wonderful ball. Nicholas Jackson's in. All above his Madueke now, who loses out, and that's good defensive play there from near Carter and Aina to get the ball away from Nottingham Forest. But good play again from Chelsea. Again, Madueke in behind, and almost an early chance for Chelsea there, Paul. But we'll come back to that moment in a second as Chelsea have got a throw which they're looking to take quickly. We can't find a serious, so to slow it down a little bit. And Prelabar's just looking for options, and that's Cucurella, who comes from the left back position all the way across to the right hand side. Now with Thiago Silva, and Chelsea there, Paul, with a chance over the top for Madueke to get in behind. Almost a quick start by both teams there.
Yeah, both sides looking very positive early on. That was a really, really good move by Chelsea over the top. Ola Aina awake to it though, made a good clearance.
He did. Is Thiago Silva, who's announced he's leaving Chelsea at the end of the season, who has possession into the Cole Palmer there. Now Cucurella wins it back. They find Caicedo wide, looking for the one of Madueke, but Murillo Montel's there, and Madueke's there now to win it back. But then Yates has pushed him over. And Mikel Mudryk wins Chelsea a free kick as Caicedo has it, as Chelsea have taken it quickly. Thiago Silva again, and when you look at this Chelsea side, Paul, you can see we've got abundance in quality in attack. The likes of Cole Palmer, Conor Gallagher, Madueke, Mudryk, Jackson. But when you flip on the other side, Nottingham Forest, you can see why they're down near the bottom. They've lacked quality in the final third, haven't they, this season, Forest?
Yeah, they have. And defensively, against set pieces particularly, they've lacked a lot of quality. Conceded more goals on set pieces than any other team in the league.
Yes, and Nottingham Forest trying to make a mark on this game as Murillo charges down the wing and puts it in a dangerous cross. And Thiago Silva's there to knock the ball behind. And that's good play again from Nottingham Forest, as we were speaking there, Paul. Get Murillo in behind down this left-hand side. And looking for Chris Wood, but Thiago Silva was there to make it behind.
It's a bright start by Forest. They're looking good going forward. Chelsea will have to be careful. Defensively, they've been frail.
Yes, Danilo comes across to this corner then. In front of the Forest fans in this corner, which is also ours to this innocent by some Chelsea fans, half Forest, half Chelsea. Near Carter's up there from the back. Yes, there too. Also in there will be Willie Bolly and Murillo. As Danilo delivers the thing towards the post, flicked on. Comes back out wide. To Danilo again. Montiel delivers a cross in, headed away this time by Chalabar. And now Madueke can charge forward. But Chelsea can know it's been held up there. That's good play from Ryan Yates, who wins the ball back well. And Yates can get first forward. He's got Chris Wood on the overlap on the far side, but he goes to Gibbs White instead on this near side. Inside to Danilo. And that's a good pass from Danilo to Olaena. Almost cut out by Cole Palmer. Aina with the cross in, he's blocked. Comes out to Callum Hudson-Odoi, the former Chelsea man. Hudson-Odoi can get the cross in. And he goes across and Cucurella flicks it on. And where will this go? He will go out for a throw-in. And this is a really good start by Nottingham Forest on the front foot there. It's Montiel just pointing out here and waiting for a long throw specialist here to come and take this Nottingham Forest. And the man who's been tasked with the long throws today is none other than the left back, Ola Aina. And I'm wondering, Paul, here, whether they can use these long throws to cause Chelsea problems. We'll see what happens with this one. As Ola Aina, of course, from the left back position on this right hand side, see this long throw into the penalty and into the 6-yard box, and was headed towards goal there by Ryan Yates, and it just goes wide from the Forest captain. But that's a decent long throw from Maynard. Got good distance on that, and Chelsea did pick up Ryan Yates there.
Yeah, great distance on those throw-ins. They're almost like a corner. And Ryan Yates just getting the header on there is just not able to keep it down. But it's a really strong start by Nottingham Forest. They've set out their stall early on here to attack. They're not just sitting back for a draw.
Yes, as Palmer has possession for Chelsea in the centre circle inside his own half. Comes up towards halfway, over the halfway now, and plays out wide to this Ryan inside as Madueke can charge forward now. A wonderful challenge there, brilliantly by Moussa Niakate back into the side for Anthony Elanga, and that's why he's back in the side today. Those defensive challenges in the final third when Chelsea on the attack, and he's also good in the area, the other end as well if needed. Is Moussa Niakate. Been impressed with him when he's played for Nottingham Forest this season in the games I have covered and games I have watched for Nottingham Forest. As here is Thiago Silva for Chelsea. Now it's Cole Palmer. Palmer can get this ball forward and he plays it down the line. And Michaela Mudryk inside the penalty. Mudryk! 1-0 Chelsea! And Chelsea take the lead. And it's Michaela Mudryk with the goal. And all that good stuff from Nottingham Forest has come to an end here. Chelsea take the lead on 8 minutes. Paul James.
Yes, it was a simple slide rule pass to Mudryk. Nottingham Forest fell asleep defensively there, and as you say, all the good work that they've done early doors has been undone by Michaela Mudryk. It was a really, really quality finish by Mudryk. Just tucks it under Matt Sells to his left-hand side. But you could see that the ball through was not defended properly by Nottingham Forest. They allowed the ball to go through to Mudryk, and it was an easy finish in the end. Well, that's unfortunate for Nottingham Forest given the start that they've made. Let's see how it affects them. Let's see what the reaction will be.
Yes, let's see what that reaction will be. And I'm just seeing it on the replay there, Paul. If you hadn't got the challenge, got the shot in beyond Matt Sells there, I think Chelsea could have potentially had a penalty because there was a man coming in. I think that was Murillo came in and took him out, Madueke there. Not Madueke, Mudryk there as he shot and scored. So it could have easily been a penalty to Chelsea had that ball not gone into the back of the net. But it's Forest trying to change things and get back on level terms. But they lose out through Callum like poor pass towards Gibbs White. And Chelsea knocking on at the back and very dangerous playing it out from the back, especially when you've got this high press of Nottingham, like a team like Nottingham Forest can do this high press. And that's what I mean. Niakate wins it back. And now finds Ola-Aina. And this is good pressure from Nottingham Forest when Chelsea's got possession of the back ball, winning it back high off the field. Yeah, I know they forced back this time, Forest. But that pressure there where Niakate got out of that defence and won the ball back high up the field. It's really good to see that. It is Hudson-Odoi. Near force in the moment. Is Hudson going to penalty area now? Is he going to go crossed in? Anyway, by the shield in. Here is Mudryk. Onto Palmer. Palmer. What's he doing? Not messing around in his own area. Back to Thiago Silva. And looks to get the ball away. And he's great away to Chalobah, who's lost out. And he's Chris Wood. He's at the penalty. Wood for Nottingham Forest. Across the face of the goal. Can strike him from yes, he can and over the bar. He claims in the corner. It's a goal kick to Chelsea in the end. Well, that's good play from Nottingham Forest again. With a shot just over the bar there from the captain, Ryan Yates.
Yeah, good effort by Ryan Yates. Just going back to this attack by Forest, they've got the speedy wingers in Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi likes to cut in from the left-hand side, and you saw it earlier there. And he's very effective at doing that, cutting in from the left and creating chances for Wood or maybe getting a shot away himself. No Anthony Elanga today, so Morgan Gibbs-White is on the other side. But Nottingham Forest looking good with this high press going forward as they come again now.
Yes, it's Chelsea in possession. Good bit of playing. Chelsea will look to try and get forward here as quickly as possible. Yes, has won the ball back. And here they come again. It's Morgan Gibbs-White, the formation of Gibbs-White. White looking for Callum Hudson-Odoi. And that was too much on that. Again there from Morgan Gibbs-White towards Callum Hudson-Odoi. And poor pass again. There, poor. Just the final third. The final balls, just like Nottingham Forest down, I think, in the final third.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, had the possession early on. They've come forward, looked threatening. The build-up has been great, but the execution of the final ball just hasn't been there. Whereas for Chelsea, well, they clicked immediately, creating that early goal. Nottingham Forest has to stay strong defensively. They can't allow themselves to be caught out like that again.
Yes, it is. Thiago Silva's Chelsea will look to try and do something similar like that again to get his second goal and take this game quickly away from Nottingham Forest as Madueke can get it down for Jackson, and Jackson he's got men inside the penalty area, comes in towards Madueke and cleared away at the last second there by Willie Bolly, who got tight in there to Conor Gallagher as our cross came in underneath the legs of Madueke, but that's good clearance from Willie Bolly there, who's got tight there with Niakate to there was Madueke. Now he's not going to win the ball back. Here's Gibbs White turning away from Conor Gallagher. How wide it goes now, and Forest can charge forward. Here is the brilliant Hudson-Odoi to Gibbs White. Ball pass from Gibbs White though behind Hudson-Odoi, who manages to retrieve that. And keep Forest in possession. Here's Danilo. One way from Danilo into Willie Bolly, and now here is Murillo. Now here's Yates, going away from Ryan Yates. Murillo, good bit of footwork. How wide it goes now from Gibbs White to Hudson-Odoi, and his cross charges back off him and goes behind for a goal kick to Chelsea. That was unlucky that from Nottingham Forest's point of view. Good play again from them. We're just looking at this goal again, Paul. Simple ball in behind, Mudryk in behind, and a striking on goal there. But if you watch this from Cole Palmer, brilliant pass through, and then you see a Willie Bolly just stands off Mudryk there. And that's 31 goal involvements this season, the most alongside Ollie Watkins, and his one clear there of Erling Haaland is Cole Palmer now. And this is really good play from the youngsters. First real chance in the Chelsea side since joining from Man City, and it's really good for Chelsea, hasn't it, this season?
He's grabbed his chance with both hands. And Pep Guardiola, as great as a manager as he is, must be ruining the fact that he'd let Cole Palmer go. Because at this point now, you've got to be looking at Cole Palmer as being one of the first names that is on the England team, the England squad, to be heading to Germany in the summer. This guy has been very effective. He's capable of scoring goals. He's capable of setting them up. He reminds me of another Phil Foden. He's absolutely superb, and he's going to be a real threat as he starts to age in this league.
Yes, Nottingham Forest 0, Chelsea 1 is Cole Palmer to tear this corner. The aforementioned Cole Palmer we've just been speaking about. And Palmer delivers a good, decent corner in. He comes towards the penalty area. And Sheila was in there, but Forest can break now. They can use this well. And they're turning him towards halfway with Murillo, with one of the centre backs, and he goes down on the challenge of Badashile and wins a free kick. And there's a yellow card for Benoit Badashile, and that's good play there from Murillo, charging over the field, getting a free kick there for Nottingham Forest and forcing Badashile into the referee's no book there, Paul James.
Yeah, no attempt to win the ball by Badashile, and that's always going to be a yellow card these days.
Yes, yellow card, third yellow card of the season for Benoit Badashile, who's Nottingham Forest will pack the penalty area out in Murillo from the back. So to his Bolly, Niakate will be in there. Montiel's just hung back a little bit. As Gibbs White delivers this ball in. Willie Bolly's there, and he's equalised. Willie Bolly is equalised for Nottingham Forest. And Forest at back level. It didn't take them very long. And Willie Bolly on 16 minutes, just 8 minutes after Chelsea to the lead. They've pegged Chelsea back here. He's Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. Goal scorer number 30, Willie Bolly.
Yeah, this was you've got to give credit here to Morgan Gibbs White's free kick. Look how he lifts the ball over the top of the Chelsea defence and right onto the head of Willie Bolly and his head. It looks like it takes a deflection off Gallagher as well. but it was on target, so it's going to be Bolly's goal. But it looks like they're checking it for offside, Ross, and he may have strayed into an offside position. Let's see.
Yes, VAR review for offside. So the goal may be disallowed here. Nottingham Forest have equalised. We'll get the thoughts of Giwas in a minute. Good to have you on with us, my friend. Just waiting here as Bolly straight into an offside position as this ball comes in to the penalty area.
No decision yet, Ross, but that looks offside to me, I have to be honest.
Yeah, it looks offside to me as well, Paul. It looks like his foot, and it's not just him, there's near Carty offside as well. Ryan Yates also offside. With having to check it like this, Paul, it's not clear and obvious for me.
No, it's not. That's the other thing as well. If they're taking all this time to check it, then it's not clear and obvious. And we seem to have moved away from clear and obvious in this. Has it been given? It has been given. It has been given. I'm surprised. That looked offside to me. I am very surprised.
I'm surprised as well, Paul, because I thought that was offside. Well, goal given, no offside. Forest have drawn level.
Well, we were just talking about clear and obvious, weren't we? I mean, certainly, perhaps that's what they were thinking as well, that if we're taking all this time, it's not clear and obvious. But when you look at it that close up, it is offside.
Yes, so Willie Bolly has scored. Nottingham Forest have levelled. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1 now in the Premier League. And what a game we've now got on our hands, Paul James.
Oh, yes, this is a super match, this. Already from the start, both teams looking for the victory. We've been treated to a really good game here.
Yes, really good game here. Nottingham Forest can try and come forward again. And as it stands, Nottingham Forest are staying up and Luton will be relegated. And it's one of the first times in quite a while that all three promotion sides have been relegated the following season, if that does happen this afternoon or this season, which is looking likely to be one of the first times in quite a while, I was told earlier on in the build-up to this game. And Chris Wood there, just offside, as he headed back across goal. No need for VAR this time. The flag went up straight away. We'll just read out the comment from Giwas, who says, after Luton's defeat, this game has no impact. Can't see Chelsea getting the last Europa spot, even with a win. And Forest are safe now. They're all both safe. Yes, Giwas, good to have you with us. Thank you very much for doing so. Hopefully you are doing fantastically well this afternoon, my friends. Here is Neil Carter for Nottingham Forest. But Chelsea have won the ball back. Chelsea coming forward. But that's a good challenge on Jackson. And now here's Ola Aina to try and fetch his ball away for Nottingham Forest. Down the line to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's got Wood in the centre. He's got Gibbs right on the edge of the box. Comes to Gibbs right, whose shot is blocked. And now Chelsea can try and break here. As it's a brilliant run from Nicholas Jackson. Still going Jackson. Can he get a strike here, Jackson? He can't. Just lost his footing in the vital moment as he ran all that way and going to that a brilliant shooting position there, Paul. He just lost his footing in the last moment, but we'll come back to that moment in a second. This guy Caicedo has it back and halfway with Thiago Silva. And while Chelsea there just playing it around near the back, Jackson there, Paul, really should have done better.
Yeah, he had a bit of time available to him there. Perhaps he just took a little bit too long, and the shot in the end was blocked. But again, Chelsea looking to press forward. Chelsea are only, as it stands now, are only 2 points behind Newcastle with 2 games to go. If they do win this game, they'll be level on points with 6th place Newcastle, which of course is a Conference League position. I mean, there's 2 games left, so I think it's still open, really, in my opinion, for the European places. So we'll see how all that plays out. But so far, 1-1 here. We'll see what happens.
Yes, it's Thiago Silva and Trevor Chalobah just passing between them both. And it's 1-1 in this game if you just join us. 8-minute goal from Mykhailo Mudryk after a brilliant pass from Cole Palmer put Chelsea into the lead. But then just a few moments ago, 4 minutes ago in fact, as we're in the 20-minute mark, Willie Bolly headed home from a Morgan Gibbs White free kick. to level for Nottingham Forest. It looked offside to me. It looked offside to my friend Paul as well. But VAR didn't think it was a clear and obvious error. And with the time it took, obviously it wasn't a clear and obvious error with the amount of time it took to decide to give the goal. And Bolly has equalised. And this has been a good start by Nottingham Forest going forward. Defensively looked shaky, Paul, in my opinion. But Nottingham Forest have looked good going forward. Chelsea, on the other hand, look shaky going at the back and look good going forward as well.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, Nottingham Forest have settled the better into this game than Chelsea. They look good going forward. And here's Hudson-Odoi again.
Yes, and Chelsea have been robbed of possession near Carter to earn it onto Hudson-Odoi, who can put the ball down the left-hand side inside the penalty. Now Hudson-Odoi still going. He's up Ryan Yates. Will he land a shot here? Yates, he will. And just over the bar. Takes a deflection on the way there, I think, to the corner. Good start again from Forest. As Sheila says, I was on Paul, driving around, listening to you give commentary much better than the radio rubbish. We thank you very much, Giwas. We really do appreciate that as Forest. 2 shots on target so far. Chelsea with 1, which is their goal. Forest with 11 touches in the opposition box to Chelsea's 4, even though Chelsea had more possession so far. 6 shots for Forest, 1 for Chelsea. So the corner comes in, and then back across, go by Chris Wood and behind after Petrovic got initial punch to that corner kick into the penalty area. But good pressure again from Nottingham Forest, and a dangerous corner again from Danilo, Paul James.
Yes, and Chelsea are not picking up Chris Wood. That was actually, for Chris Wood's standards and his goal-scoring ability this season, I would put that down as a chance. And they're not picking him up, Chelsea, and he's going to end up punishing them at this rate. He's looking very sharp, is Chris Wood, so far.
Yes, it is. Silva. What can Thiago Silva do here? He finds Conor Gallagher, who's got the captain's armband for Chelsea today. Captain for Forest is Ryan Yates, for those wondering. As is Montiel on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball forward? He can't. But he does via deflection and out of play for a throw to Nottingham Forest. And this is a good play, this. 23 minutes on the clock. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. If you're just joining us here on the commentary up 2, JB Sports, also on Focus on Football as well. And also you can listen to us on our Twitch channel as well. Russ P. Vernon _92 is where you can listen to us here on the Commentary Hub, which will be the new Commentary Hub Twitch channel moving forward. We really do thank you for having us as part of your listening pleasure as we bring the ball forward. It is near Carter. We can turn away well as Chelsea try to go on the attack down one end. Near Carter can lead the charge and Nottingham Forest down the other. And that's good play from one of the 3 central defenders to the left of the 3 centre-backs. And that's good play from Nottingham Forest again. And it shows why Forest have gone to this back 3 today with the way they've defended at times with the extra man back there to nullify the space of Chelsea, if you will, which has not really worked. Didn't really work on the opening goal, but it has worked since. And Chelsea have yet to really get much possession. And that should be a yellow card there for me. Whistle's already gone for a throw-in for Nottingham Forest, and Cole Palmer had the ball in his hands and just chucked the ball away downfield. So that really should be a yellow card for throwing the ball away, if you will. Well, the referee today, Tony Harrington, is not given a yellow card there, which I'm very, very surprised about, especially after some yellow cards which have been given recently, in my opinion, Paul.
Yeah, there used to be sticklers for that, the referees, didn't they, when players kicked or threw the ball away? They're slacking off a bit on that now lately. Should have been a yellow card according to the rules, but I don't think you really want to issue a yellow card, this early into the game for something like that. I think that rule has to be used with common sense. Like if you're leading 1-0 with 10 minutes to go and then you throw the ball away in a deliberate attempt at time wasting, then yes, certainly then. But I think it needs to be used with a bit more common sense.
Yes, Thiago Silva with possession then for Chelsea to Cucurella. Back to Thiago Silva. Now Cucurella has it again from Caicedo. Cucurella, how wide it goes to that right hand side and Cole Palmer. Back it goes now for Chelsea, who has looking for Chalobah to Silva. And now at a Chile. Chelsea playing like a back 3 here at times. with Cucurella moved into more central midfield role, and he's been brought down there by Ryan Yates as Forest. As Muller Forest captain went to the referee's notebook here for that challenge on Cucurella. No, he won't. It'll just be a free kick, which Cucurella will take, which I'm surprised the referee gave a free kick for when Chelsea had possession. Anyway, but here comes Chelsea again. Palmer goes down, no free kick given. Hudson Odoi into Gibbs White, and over the top is Chris Wood. And Wood flicks it on, looking to get away from Badashile, but Badashile is back there and covering well and defending absolutely fantastic there. Is a Chelsea centre back who's already on the yellow card, remember? 15 minutes, his yellow card led to the free kick, which led to Forest's equaliser from Willie Bolly on 16 minutes. Michaela Mudryk with a yellow card, with a goal, should I say, for Chelsea on 8 minutes. Badashile, the only player so far to get a yellow card in this game. And so far, Paul, if you look at this game today, you really have to say Chelsea haven't looked good defensively, especially when Forest have attacked down both flanks.
Well, this is true. They've been. I think they've been outnumbered in midfield. I think you've got Ola Aina and Montiel moving up, joining the midfield, and at the same time, you've got the two holding midfielders, Caicedo and Gallagher, not moving up themselves, and Chelsea are being overrun in midfield.
This is Caicedo. And he just tried to play through to Jackson, whose ankle, the back of his ankle, hit the ball and stopped the ball getting through to him, and which stopped Chelsea's attack, which would have been a brilliant ball through and probably a chance of a shooting opportunity for Pochettino's side as he remains 1-1, approaching 28 minutes in this game. It remains 1-1 if you're just joining us. Early goal from Michaela Mudryk on 8 minutes before Badashile gave away a free kick and picked up a yellow card for foul on Murillo on 15 minutes, which led to Willie Bolly's equaliser on 16. As he's Jackson now for Chelsea down one end. That's a fantastic challenge from Aina. And Danilo just tied up there well for Nottingham Forest, and he's out of play for a throw-in to Chelsea. But good play again from Nottingham Forest defensively to stop that Chelsea attack there, Paul.
Yeah, really good play. Again, Nottingham Forest are looking the better team, in my opinion. They're holding Chelsea off very well, and Chelsea, of course, have been in very good form recently. They've scored 7 goals in their last 2 games. If you go and look at their past 5, only 1 defeat, and 15 goals scored in 5 games. That's 3 goals a game. So they're looking very strong at Chelsea at the moment. But having said that, today they've been shut down well by Nottingham Forest, whose own defence has not been great.
Yes, Chelsea's defence has not looked great either, but Forest's defence, you can say the same about Nottingham Forest defence, like Paul just mentioned there, but Forest only 1 win in their last 5, which came against Sheffield United last time out, 3-1 victory away at Bramall Lane. Chelsea last time out 5-0 victors over West Ham United, which is very good to see in this game. Is here, it's Cucurella down one end. Chelsea can get a strike and it can't, and that's good defensive play in the end. But how have they not scored there? Not Chelsea again. But good defensive play from Nottingham Forest yet again, Paul.
Oh, it was brilliant there by Willie Bolly. He just gets his foot in. Not Willie Bolly, Niakate just gets his foot in there and stops Cucurella right in his tracks. It was a very good piece of defending. Perhaps Cucurella waited a little bit too long. In this league, you don't get a lot of time on the ball. You gotta shoot when you've got the chance.
You do, and in the last 5 games for Chelsea, 5-0 win over West Ham, 2-0 win over Spurs, a 2-2 draw with Aston Villa, a 5-0 defeat against Arsenal, and a 6-0 win over Everton. When you look at Nottingham Forest, in contrast to that, it's a 3-1 win over Sheffield United. Then he were back-to-back 2-0 defeats against Man City and Everton respectively. 2-2 draw with Wolves, and then a 3-1 defeat against Spurs. And when you look at that, Paul, you have to say the record for them, but in the last 5 for Forest, not been great.
No, they've been poor, haven't they?
Listen, that's why you can see why they're down at the bottom end of the table, Paul, as well, with his Muraweke. And that's a brilliant challenge on Nadi Muraweke behind for a corner. But as we were saying, Paul, you can see why Forest are down near the bottom of that form.
Yeah, 10 goals conceded in five games. That's 2 goals a game. It's not been good enough for Nottingham Forest. They need to really address that, I think, in the summer as well.
Especially if they stay up, Paul. If they continue to go off like that, and they've conceded the most goals in the Premier League this season with 23 from set pieces, can Chelsea make it 24 from this corner kick here? As better as Sheila, Chalabar, Thiago Silva, all up from the back inside the penalty area. Jackson is in on the goalkeeper. Madueke in around the goalkeeper as well. As to his... just trying to see who was on that near post. I think it was Cole Palmer on that near post. Who's moved away now, and the ball's played in and cleared away. There's Conor Gallagher. Whips in from Cole Palmer, who's just offside. This time, the Chelsea youngster, and it's a free kick to Nottingham Forest, which we'll take. Coming up tomorrow on the TCO, we've got more live Premier League offering for you as Manchester United host Arsenal. Join Paul James for that one tomorrow afternoon as we bring you more live Premier League football than ever before. And then we'll hopefully try and get one of the Premier League games on in midweek for you. And before next weekend, where we'll hopefully try and get you at least one Premier League live match commentary next weekend, and probably some updates on some of the others as we bring you the final day of the season on Sunday, 19th of May. Kick-off for those matches is 4 p.m, which we should be looking forward to. We'll bring you some other results from some of the matches that's taken place today. We'll bring you half-time before we go for the half-time break. I'll bring you the full-time scores from the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Jackson's in behind here, and a fantastic save again from Matt Sells. And covering behind there was Willie Bowie to prove why he's in this Saturday for Nottingham Forest.
Super save by Matt Sells, but again, the ball through by Cole Palmer. Absolutely beautiful pass.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic pass. And you can see what that means to Nottingham Forest goalkeeper there. Fantastic chest fist pump and then a high five from Murillo as the corner comes in. And then Danilo just helps you favour clearing. Hudson-Odoi, can he go on any of this from Nottingham Forest? He can. Hudson-Odoi is away. Hudson-Odoi, he's blown down by Conor Gallagher. That should be a free kick. And that should be a yellow card for Conor Gallagher. It is a free kick. And it is a yellow card. I was right there, Paul James. And that is good play there from Nottingham Forest's Callum Hudson-Odoi against his former side.
Yeah, really great play. It's on his 100th appearance today in Premier League, but you can see he was bundled over by Gallagher. I think a yellow card is right. The Forest players are surrounding the referee looking for something more, like a red card. I don't think so. Cucurella was coming across, and I also don't like to see this type of behaviour where they're trying to get their fellow professionals sent off. I don't like that, but it's a yellow card, and I think that's the right decision.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision as well, Paul, because as you say, Cucurella is coming across there. He'd have probably cut out Hudson-Odoi. Had Cucurella not been there, I can understand where the Forest players were coming from. But Cucurella was there. Same as the yellow card of the season, by the way, for Conor Gallagher. But if Cucurella wasn't coming across, I can understand why they was claiming for more than just a yellow card there. So we bring you this game between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. 1-1 is a score. That's free kick from Nottingham Forest and Gibbs White. So an equalising goal. Can this time Forest take the lead? It's Gibbs White again. And he's Willie Bowie on the back again. And into the penalty and just cleared away this time by Chelsea. And he's failed to Ola Aina, who pushed the ball back in. Plays a centre from the back. He's flicked in by Nia Carty around the back this time. And he's cleared away. Cole Palmer just acts it forward for Nicholas Jackson. And one winning there was Gibbs White. And now Gibbs White is fouled. And Chelsea have to get back in numbers to defend this again. But Gibbs White there, racing back well there, Paul, to win inside a free kick.
Yeah, it's the player, they went down there, but yeah, it's a free kick. I mean, they went down under the challenge there, but I have to say, when I look at this at the moment, what you're seeing is when Chelsea come forward, they are very precise in terms of their attack. Cole Palmer is creating a nuisance out there for the Nottingham Forest defence. When Forest come forward, they do look the better team coming forward, but it's sometimes most of the time rather it's a final pass that's missing for Nottingham Forest at the moment, and that's stopping them from taking the lead.
Yes, good game so far though in this Premier League encounter. Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1 is the scoreline. If you're just tuning into us this afternoon, Russ Vernon alongside Paul James, bringing you the match coverage this afternoon or this evening, depending where you are in the world, or even morning. Could be an early morning start for you guys. If it is an early morning start, good morning to you. Welcome along. If you're out and about driving like G-Waz is, drive safely, and if you can, and it's safe and legal to do so, drop it in your comments. We'll try and read some of those out as much as we can, but we'll mainly focus on what's happening in the game, and we'll read you some out as and when we can. As Guy said, as possession is Cucurella to find Sheila now for Chelsea. Conor Gallagher on that yellow card as well. 2 yellow cards for Chelsea in this first half. 50 minutes for Sheila, 30 minutes for Conor Gallagher, the Chelsea captain. As Chalabar finds Palmer. He's got Madueke down the line, and he goes backwards this time to Chalabar into Silva. And Silva will look up and come over halfway. Plays the ball into Cucurella. Forward there, he goes to Palmer. And Palmer's central to him, like you mentioned, Paul. Every way Chelsea go forward, he's like, give the ball to Palmer, give the ball to Palmer, give the ball to Palmer. Let him create something for us. Because the goal that Chelsea scored was from Palmer's brilliant through ball. Some of the through balls that Chelsea have done have been from Cole Palmer as well. And he's like, if Palmer doesn't create anything, then Chelsea doesn't seem to score goals.
Yeah, to me, he's acting like a quarterback right now from an American football team. Everything seems to be going through him. It's been very, very impressive in this first half so far. And if they're going to find a winner here over Nottingham Forest, I can't help but think that Palmer will be somehow involved in it.
Yes, can Forest defend this free kick well? Gallagher standing over this one, so to it's called Palmer. Mudryk is in front of the Forest wall and he runs out of the way. Palmer leaves it to Gallagher. Gallagher puts the ball in and headed away by Willie Bowen. Bowen has done well defensively there to Hudson-Odoi, who clears away but gives it to Badashile, who will line up a strike from distance and over the bar and into the crowd there behind. It goes. I think he may have took a deflection on the way through.
Off volley, yeah. It looks like it just took a deflection off the back of Willie Bolly. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a corner to Chelsea here.
Yes, it looks like it took a deflection from our view anyway. Off Bolly. Let's see what the referee has given. It is a corner kick to Chelsea. Chalabar's in there, Badashile. But Ryan Yates is down here. This is no good news for Nottingham Forest. And this is the second time he's gone down off of the ball. Really, he's holding back of his run back his calf, hamstring kind of area here. Ryan Yates, and he's too much. He says he can't put any pressure on it. So it looks like Forest may have to make a change here. If they do, we've got Sangare, Chiarte, Dominguez, who can all come on and fill that role. Nottingham Forest. They've also got Anthony Elanga out wide, who can come on in midfield and potentially reshuffle things around here, but we'll have to wait and see. I could even fetch on one by Medeli and move near Cartier forward into midfield as we see the strike there from Badashile. He did go behind for a corner, but Ryan Yates is down here at the moment, so no corner taken at the moment. Yates just getting some treatment here. It looks like he may try and continue for now into 5 minutes before the end.
That looks unpleasant.
It does 5 minutes before the end of the first half. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1 in the Premier League, as we see Ryan Yates still receiving some treatment, having to be helped up, and now they'll pull his sock up here with Ryan Yates, and we'll try and continue. There is going to be maybe a potential substitution here for Nottingham Forest, but we'll have to wait and see as one of the players there speaking a bit of instructions with, and it's number 16 there, which is Dominguez, having a word with Nuno Espirito Santo, and also having a word with Ryan Yates if he can continue. And word with Nuno saying if he doesn't, am I coming on? Which looks like it might be. Mudrick at the front post, watching Montiel, he's watching him. Gallagher's near there too, and Mudrick is just stood at the near post here. Jackson is blocking Ola off here from getting out as he's tried to come out. His elbow into his chest here from Jackson. Bit of pushing and shoving between Jackson and Heiner. As the corner will come in now from Cole Palmer. And Jackson goes down on the change of Heiner. And Sells comes and claims it. Nothing untoward according to the referee, Tony Harrington, on Jackson when he went down under Heiner's challenge. As we see this again here. And a bit of pushing and shoving from both. And that should be a penalty there for Chelsea, in my opinion. Heiner just pushed him down to the ground.
Yeah, I think though, I think he goes down very easily. In fairness, as well, though, he's a big guy. Is Nicholas Jackson? He shouldn't be pushed over that easily.
That challenge there, though, on him. I know you said he shouldn't go down easy. I agree with you on that respect, but that sort of challenge there from Heiner goes under the bracket of seen him given, especially in the season with VAR.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I've definitely seen them given. This season has been bizarre when it comes to VAR. Let's just put it that way.
It has as Chelsea and Nottingham Forest still being holding each other to a 1-1 draw at the moment. As Chelsea win, as Forest win themselves a throwing, is it? Or is it a free kick here? I think it might be a free kick here. Jackson having a word about that challenge on Heiner, but City's pulled him out of the way there. And yes, he goes down far too easy, but I've seen him given him in the end. But the referee on this occasion, Tony Harrington, says nothing to it. So we'll have to go by what Mr. Harrington says, Paul, rather than what the officials what the players want him, as is Chris Wood. As Danilo, and good work from Danilo. It was Chris Wood again, and Chris Wood's forcing a mistake. Is it from Thiago Silva? No, not that time. And Chelsea got out of it quite well there. And then forced Forest into a spot of bother. Ball it forward towards Gibbs White, cleared away this time by the Sheila. And he's out of play now for a throw to Nottingham Forest. And Nia Cartier will leave the throwing for Ola Heiner. Heiner will leave it for Nia Cartier to take just on halfway. Nia Cartier launches the throw down the field on the left hand side, flicked on there well by Gibbs White, looking for the win of Chris Wood. Ola Heiner brings it down and is cleared away. Can Chelsea get back on the front foot? But can they play this well? And a Sheila has got Mudrick charging forward. He's got Cucurella moving forward in front of him. And goes to Cucurella. More Cucurella into Conor Gallagher. Now he's, like I said, midway inside the Forest half, inside the centre circle. Still going. Like I said, how wide it goes to the right hand side and Chalobah. He's went to 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. And do you think 5 minutes is probably right here, Paul, with the terms of injury time that we've got?
Yeah, we've had a couple of stoppages. Of course, the long one with Ryan Yates for sure. So, yeah, I agree.
Here is Cucurella. You know, sometimes you don't agree with some of the added time, so I'll just see if you agree with that one this time. Callum Hudson right side of the penalty area for Nottingham Forest. The shot is blocked. Comes for Chris Wood and then to the penalty area. Shot is tame. and into the arms of Petrovic there. 1-1.
Yeah, good effort, but he had a bit more time, I think, for Chris Wood to bring it down. It was an audacious effort.
Yes, and Chelsea have just played it straight out of play there by Moises Caicedo. It is 1-1 if you just join us here. Russell Vernon alongside Paul James for this game this afternoon. As it flicked on here, brilliant bit of plays. Chris Wood trying to get him behind then. Diogo Silva, has he been fouled by Chris Wood? Well, the flag's up for offside against Chris Wood here. And Chelsea will have a free kick and they've taken it quickly. Chile has the ball into Cucurella. Chile again. Does Cucurella wants him to go? So he can play it out wide to Cucurella. Now into Mudryk. Mudryk has been forced back by Murillo's. Almost gave away a free kick there. Montel was there too, and Mudryk's just ran straight into it. Montiel then, he's not happy, it's Gonzalo Montiel. We have played 2 minutes of the 5 that's been added on here. Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. As Chile will come forward for Chelsea. Back he goes halfway to Diogo Silva. Inside the centre circle to Moises Caicedo, who's inside the Forest half of the field. Now wide to Laran and San and Chalabar. And line is Madueke. Madueke can cut inside. And Caicedo gives the ball away now. Forest can try and break us. Chris Wood's there. And now Caicedo's won the extra match for Chelsea and he can race forward. Wonderful player. How wide it goes to Madueke and he loses out and no free kick given. And now Forest can break. If we can play this right. What's the doing? Back it goes to Aina, who'll push the ball out of play. There's a Chelsea man down here, and it's not Madueke who stayed down here. I'm looking at this challenge again here from Ryan Yates. And it doesn't even touch his face there, Ryan Yates. And he's gone down holding his face in Nottingham Madueke. And that's just, for me, Paul, is play acting by the Chelsea winger.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is something I've been critical of verbally on this channel, of players doing that. I know I was vicious to Ben White when he did it. I don't like to see players trying to get other players sent off, trying to get other players booked. I mean, you know, as a football fan, it's all fun and games when it goes your way. But when it goes against you, everybody's up in arms about it. To me, it needs to be stamped out the game, and they're not doing enough right now to stamp it out the game.
Yes, good afternoon to Media Radio, Jingles and Gaming. It says, afternoon, Russ and Paul. How are we doing? We're both doing fine. Thank you very much, my friend. He says, Forest looks like they will stay up. Yes, they will. And JB's been on. Our good friend JB will mention his comment in a second. It gives why. What's the Dennis Paul looking for Chris Wood? There's Petrovic to come and claim. And JB, our good friend, says, I'm in Manchester getting drunk and drowning my sorrows. I'm barely going down. And JB, you'll probably come back bigger and stronger next season, my friend. And if Leeds don't go, my friend, you'll have us to play next season.
That'll be fun.
Yorkshire Lancashire rivalry restored between Burnley and Leeds, and rivalry on the TC Hub as well next season, which I'm looking forward to if we don't get promoted. Leeds, that is, as we face Norwich in the playoffs tomorrow in the first leg at Carrow Road, and then the second leg next Thursday at Ellen Road, which I'll be at next Thursday evening in the Norfolk. Leeds have a place at Wembley. She will get past Norwich in these 2 games on the 26th of May, day after the FA Cup final. And here is Michaela Mudryk for Chelsea in this game in the Premier League. Here comes Ola Aina, but there is the half-time whistle at the end of this first period, which has ended in a 1-1 draw. It's a good game to watch so far in this game. And Paul, just your assessment at half time as we see the players leave the field. And what have you liked most about the play in the game overall, and then the play from Forest and the play from Chelsea, if you don't mind, before we leave for the half time interval?
Yes, of course. Well, the build-up by Nottingham Forest has been really good. I love the way that they've flooded the midfield. They've got it out to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's tormented that Chelsea defence. The big issue for and the big opportunity for Nottingham Forest is to deliver better balls into the box, to make sure the final ball is there so that they can take advantage of this possession that they have had and create more opportunity. For Chelsea going forward, well, they've looked very sharp going forward with obviously with Cole Palmer. We've talked about him. The goal by Mudryk was really smart finish, and the chances that Chelsea have created, despite if you will, not looking quite as good going forward, they've maximised their opportunities, I think, and Matt Sells, of course, making an important save as well. I think the score at the moment, I think it's fair to say 1-1 is a fair score.
Yes, thank you very much there, Paul. Let's just, before we go for our half-time, let me just bring our listeners up to date with the rest of the scores in today's Premier League action. At lunchtime, we finished Fulham 0, Manchester City 4. In the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we finished Bournemouth 1, Brentford 2. Everton 1, Sheffield United 0. Newcastle 1, Brighton Hove Albion 1. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Burnley 1. Burnley are relegated. West Ham United 3, Luton Town 1. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Crystal Palace 3 is the Premier League scores from earlier. And half time in our game, it is Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. We'll bring you some more scores later. But right now we're going to have a break, and we'll be back in plenty of time for the start of the second half in our feature game in the Premier League, as Nottingham Forest are currently drawing 1 apiece with Chelsea at the Premier League. We'll be back in about 15 minutes time for the start. In a few minutes time for the start of the second half. Welcome back to the second half coverage of the game at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1 is the scoreline. If you're just joining us this afternoon, thank you very much for choosing us as your eyes and your ears to guide you through Nottingham Forest against Chelsea. I can tell you that at half time it is Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. You can see who scored the goals on your screen right there. Willie Bolly on 60 minutes for Nottingham Forest after Michaela Mudryk opened the scoring for Chelsea on 8 minutes. We'll keep you up to date with the game as the Forest manager is making his way out of the tunnel back to his seat, just speaking there to the official Craig Pawson. As we see Nottingham Forest players back on the bench, some of the players will be leading back out in just a moment. The Chelsea players are back out on the field of play already as we get ready for the second half, which has been from what's been a good first half. Let's hope we have a good second half as well. Russ Finnan is here alongside Paul James. And just a quick question to you, Paul, as we wait for as Forest players made their way out onto the field of play to the start of the second half. If Forest are to get in and out of this game today, what do you think they need to do in this second half?
Well, I think they need to deliver some better balls into the box. The final ball needs to be better. But I also think you've got to see Chris Wood take some of the chances that he does get. And Forest may also consider Taiwo Awoniyi. He has a good record against Chelsea. So you may see him come on as the second half progresses. But I think Forest will be happy with a point because that's it. That's all they need. I think you'll find as the game goes on that they'll be happy to settle for that.
Yes, and just looking at it now as the second half is about to go underway, as Ryan Yates kicks us off in the start of the second half. We'll run you through the two teams again in just a moment. And we'll get your thoughts in a second. First, trying to get behind early on here. As Gibbs White close down Petrovic. And Chelsea being forced to play long first downfield. We'll bring you the team news. No changes at the start of the second half to either side as this is playing for Nottingham Forest. We'll line up with Sales in goal, Montiel, Bolly, the goal scorer, Murillo, Niakate, and Aina. Gibbs White, Yates, Danilo, Hudson-Odoi, and Chris Wood. For Chelsea, it's Petrovic, Chalobah, Silva, Badashile, Cucurella, Caicedo, Gallagher, Madueke, Palmer, Mudryk, the goal scorer, and Jackson. As opposing towards Chris Wood inside the Chelsea penalty areas. Gibbs White wins the header. Yates is there to play the ball for Cucurella, clear up towards Nicholas Jackson, who brings it down well and then sets Michaela Mudryk away. Michaela Mudryk away on goal down the left hand side for Chelsea towards the penalty from Madueke to the box. And Madueke takes it on too far and Niakate across there. And good start from the Chelsea side second half. It was Mudryk and he runs through into the path of Matt Sells, who will now pick up the ball. I want to get this ball away, but good start from Chelsea at the side of the second half, Paul.
Yeah, 3-on-2 break there. I have to say, I'm really surprised that Mudryk passed it back rather than shooting.
Yes, as he is. Hudson-Odoi for Nottingham Forest. Good play into Morgan Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White can line up a shot. He goes wide to the path from Murillo. Crossed in. And it's cleared away. That's a good bit of play from Montiel. In fact, he was up on the ball in. And out of play now for a throw into Nottingham Forest. And this is a good start by Forest on the side of the second half. Down the first half. One time Forest attacks. Next side Chelsea attacks. Now Ola Aina will come across to take this throw in. He gets a good round of applause from the Forest fans over there, Ola Aina. And he will launch this ball into the penalty area, looking to cause problems again, in which his long throws have caused on a number of occasions so far. As in towards Ryan Yates with Eddie Sheffield, flicked on by Boller this time. Comes out to Ola Aina, who can just keep the ball in and keep the move alive. Ball whips back in, and that's a good dangerous crossing. Badashile this time away. Mudryk obviously cleared to Palmer. And Cole Palmer can't get the ball forward as Montiel wins it back into Willie Boller, the goal scorer. Towards Montiel, and it's cleared away this time.
just seem to have lost Ross for a moment. I'll just continue for the time being until we get Russ back. Evening, Mike. Hope you're doing well. I'm all right, my friend. It's a throw in to. It's a throw in to. Sorry, it's a free kick to. I can hear you now, Russ. Yeah, I think you're back now, aren't you?
I'm here now, Paul. I'm not sure what happened there. Good evening to Mike. Hopefully, you're doing well, my friend. I'm doing good, thank you, Mike. How are you? As the free kick for Nottingham Forest will be whipped in here by Ryan Yates. There's a back post heads. The little heads is back in and it's cleared away this time. It's Ola Aina who can get the ball back in with a long range effort just over the bar there from Ola Aina.
Yeah, he had a bit more time there than perhaps he realised. It was an audacious effort, but always worth a shot. It wasn't that far away.
Yes, he was well worth the dig because no one closed him down. So he thought, I know, no one's closed him down. I'll have a striker goal there, but decent effort in the end. Mike says commiserations to Burnley, Paul, he says, and probably he'll say the same to our good friend JB as well. After Burnley's relegation was confirmed earlier on today.
Kind of knew it from the start of the season, to be honest. They signed nobody with any Premier League experience.
Yes, as Thiago Silva's possession, and he'll look to fetch this ball forward. And here is Danilo for Forest. Good bit of word there from Nottingham Forest. And Ola Aina just plays the ball in the field looking for Gibbs White. But he's giving the ball there to Gallagher, who's won the ball back for Chelsea. Into Chalobah to Thiago Silva, and he will look to fetch this ball forward. As now Thiago Silva, good work out wide to Mark Cucurella. Cucurella can get this ball forward for Chelsea against Nottingham Forest. It's 1-1, 50 minutes on the clock. 5 minutes of the second half gone here. Chelsea on beginning to try and knock on the door to try and cause a few problems if they can. Chalobah has possession and he's played out wide. Back into Thiago Silva this time as Chelsea just keeping the ball here well. Wonderful bit of work here from Caicedo to spread the ball out wide to Marco Correa. And he can get the ball forward. Here is Conor Gallagher, Mikaela Mudryk, and Chelsea can fetch this ball forward. Here's Nottingham Forest in possession as Gibbs White goes down. No free kick as he went down before the challenge came in and he's out of play this time and he's not here. Swearing to the referee, which could result in him being booked if he's not careful, Morgan Gibbs White. But that's a fantastic challenge from Murillo, who leaves Conor Gallagher in a heap on the floor. And he's Gibbs White who's charging away. Mudryk is back at him. He breaks for Callum Hudson-Odoi against his former side. Callum Hudson-Odoi heading towards the penalty area. And he goes down just in Hudson-Odoi. No, still on his feet and he's got the ball back from Ola Aina. Backwards it goes. It's near Carter. Hudson-Odoi again. There's a 1-2 with Danilo and he's away beyond Chalobah. Crossed in looking for Chris Wood. Comes out to Danilo inside the penalty. Danilo, can you get a low ball in? He can't. He gets the ball in this time, but it's cleared away by Chelsea's. Caicedo looks to get the ball away. But that's a wonderful chance from Ola Aina. And first coming forward again, Chris Wood. Near Carter, Ola Aina. Tees up Gibbs White. How wide it goes now. Ryan Yates is there. And Yates! Just wide! The key of the post on his way through. Well, Ryan Yates fires it just wide there, Paul James.
Oh, what a shot by Ryan Yates. It has Petrovic beaten and it does hit the post. Just clips the outside of the post. And Ryan Yates can consider himself very, very unfortunate there.
Yes, Ryan Yates, very unlucky. Very unfortunate. Just clipped the outside of the post on his way through. And behind that, just to tell you guys what's coming up tomorrow here on the channel. Join myself, Russ Vernon, in the presenter's chair. And Paul James on commentary for Manchester United versus Arsenal in the Premier League. On air from around about 4:20 with kick-off at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon as we bring you Manchester United against Arsenal. Can Arsenal go back to the top of the Premier League table after Man City went top earlier today with a 4-0 win over Fulham? As Chelsea with a free kick foul on Conor Gallagher was not happy with the challenge, pushed away a Nottingham Forest player there, and almost caused a bit of a fraction there. As Ryan Yates should have got a second. Should have picked up a yellow card there, in my opinion, Paul, for arms around his throat, which you can't normally do.
Yeah, well, it depends. Sometimes some referees will give them, won't they? But others won't. But honestly, I think if you do brace your arm around the player's throat, you should go into the referee's book.
Here's Cole Palmer. Highlight to Marco Correa. Back to Palmer again. And Palmer get the ball in towards the penalty area. He can't. Goes back to Moises Caicedo. Chipped in towards the penalty area for Cole Palmer, and he's just wide in the end from the Chelsea youngster. And that's good play again from Chelsea, but the final pass was poor there in the end, and they couldn't take it on in the end, Paul.
Yeah, it was stretching by Cole Palmer, but none of these are very easy to deal with. But in the end, it's Cole Palmer just gets his leg out. He's just not able to put it past the goalkeeper.
Yes, it is Neil Carter now for Nottingham Forest. To Murillo back into Neil Carter, who can get the ball forward, looking for the run there of Ola Aina, and he's out of play for a throw-in, which will be taken in line with the penalty area. Mike says, I'm hoping Forest gets a result here to send Luton down. Obviously, he's a Stevenage fan, and Stevenage and Luton are no good friends and rivals in football, so that's why Mike is hoping for that. And Mike says he's looking forward to the game tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll have Mike involved in the coverage as well at half-time and full-time, and hopefully before the game as well. As Chelsea about to make a double substitution in a moment. There's a long throw from Aina again. Makes utter down the edge of the penalty, and he sliced it well wide, and then he's not got out of play just yet. And now it has for a throw-in, and looks as though Chelsea are making a double change with Malo Gusto, one of the players coming on. I'm not sure who the other one is who's going to come on here for Chelsea, but it looks like Malo Gusto is going to be one of the players who will come on shortly for Chelsea, as they will look to make changes first. As Ranieri goes down, no free kick given, as he looks for a free kick there. Out of play for a throw-in, which will be taken by Marco Correa, and I'm just trying to see who that other player is coming on it. I think it's Christopher Nkunku who's about to come on here, so probably Nicholas Jackson may be coming off as one of them, and probably for me, I would have to say probably Marco Correa potentially coming off, or it might be Trevor Chalobah with Correa moving across to right back. We'll have to wait and see from what Chelsea do is. Danilo wins the ball back off Mudryk. Back heel into Ola Aina. And Aina will look to try and carry this ball forward. And he does really, really well. And he spreads the ball out wide to the right-hand side. And Montiel's there. Montiel chips it up. Danilo with the other comes towards penalty area to Hudson there, the back post on this left-hand side. Hudson Odoi going one way. Now goes the other, chips the ball up. Goes back post. And then off the post. And then Chris Wood. How was Chris Wood missed? From a couple of yards out. And he plays it over the crossbar. Chris Wood, how have you missed there, son?
Oh, that is dreadful. That is absolutely dreadful. Back post, first of all. I would say that probably Morgan Gibbs-White should score as well, but what a chance for Chris Wood. He's 3 yards out. He's 3 yards out, and he's put the ball over the crossbar. I have no idea how that has happened. I cannot explain that.
Well, Paul, I think I can explain that. He didn't hit it with his foot. He'd come off his shin.
Well, yes, but, I mean, you've got to do better, haven't you?
Takes Madueke off for Christopher Nkunku. And Badashile has gone off as well for Chelsea. The Gusto, which I'm surprised with Madueke, to be fair, Paul, because I thought he's looked a bright spark for Chelsea down the right, but I'm not surprised with Badashile, with him being on the yellow card since the 15th minute.
Yeah, interesting substitutions. I think Chelsea just trying to add a bit more in attack. Madueke has, well, he's not been involved too much, so they're perhaps looking to get some spark down that right side. So Christopher Nkunku adds a little bit of space as well, a little bit of pace as well as goal scoring capability. So I can sort of see it. I'm not entirely surprised.
Yes, and if you're watching this game along with our commentary, you'll see that Chalabar, number 14, has moved now into centre back, and Malo Gusto's come on a right back here now for Chelsea. And here, and Nkunku goes through the middle with Jackson out on this right hand side. So there's a tactical switch there with the front man and the right back position now for Chelsea, which will probably have a bit of time to settle in. The two changes, we'll have to wait and see. Chelsea coming forward again with Cole Palmer, twisting one way then the other. Through towards Jackson then, and he can't take it on his way, neither can Christopher Nkunku. And Forest managed to clear, but his quick throw from Kukurea to find Jackson, who wins his side yet another throw. And that's good play again from Chelsea down that far side as we approach the hour mark. Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. Mark Kukurea line up this throw in, and will he look do a long throw into the penalty area like Ola Ain has been doing all evening for Nottingham Forest, or will he go short as Forest, as we approach the hour mark, just 30 minutes away from Premier League survival, which would be a wonderful achievement. 3rd season in a row playing Premier League football next season, if that is to happen.
Well, the only thing I'll say to that, Ross, is they could have been well and truly there if it wasn't for Chris Wood's miss. I wonder whether Forest will be punished for that.
As Mudryk can get the ball and looking for Gusto at the back post, and is there trying to clear, and he clears it to the second attempt, looking towards Callum Hudson-Odoi, who just gets away from Malo Gusto, and Hudson-Odoi can find Chris Wood, and now it is Morgan Gibbs-White. He's looking for support over on that far side, but he has to come back and go to this left-hand side and find Callum Hudson-Odoi, the former Chelsea player. Gets the ball into the penalty area. Good work here from Chelsea by Gibbs-White to force Gibbs-White back. Here's Aina now for Forest. Gibbs-White again for Nottingham Forest. Rolls it to Hudson-Odoi. Can he take on Palmer? He goes back to Gibbs-White. Back to Hudson-Odoi. Back to Gibbs-White. Well, the offside flag is up against Hudson-Odoi on this occasion, and it remains Nottingham Forest 1. Just when like you said, Paul, if you wonder if Chris Wood missing that guilty opportunity a few months ago, and probably Gibbs-White as well, heading it onto the post, Forest could be well on their way to securing Premier League football for a 3rd consecutive season.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the way things are right now, they're going to be anyway. It's going to take a massive shift. It's like Luton will have to score 5 and Burnley will have to score 5 against Forest to kind of, if Chelsea were to get a winner. But as it stands right now, Forest are safe.
Yes, and Chelsea are coming forward. Malo Gusto rolling towards the penalty area, heads away by Murillo, only as far as near Carter, who got forward there. He's gone down and he's given away a free kick here near Carter, who thinks he was fouled. But he's gone down and given away a free kick following Christopher Nkunku. And he's not happy with his near Carter, mostly near Carter. As we look at this again, Paul, near Carter nudged over there by Nkunku, then he pulls his shorts and pulls him down with him. Well, this here, he thought that was a foul first before the foul on Nkunku, which the linesman has obviously did.
Yeah, he doesn't look very pleased about it, does he?
No, and you can see why he got nudged first, and he was trying to keep his balance while he. And that's probably why he put his arm on to Nkunku there, but the linesman probably didn't see it that way. Tries to have a free kick. Gallagher sending over this. Palmer 2. And it will be Palmer to deliver crossing towards penalty. Flicked on and off the post. Oh, I thought that was the substitute Gusto, who almost made an immediate impact. But his header just comes back off the post. And Forest live it. 3 there, and Nkunku flicks it on. This time looking for Jackson. Cleared away by Forest this time around, but Forest very unlucky there not to go 2-1 down, Paul.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ball in again by Palmer, and it was just flicked on. And look at this. First of all, the ball in, it's outstanding. It's right onto his head. It's right onto Gusto's head, and it leaves Sells just standing there, and Forest get away with one there as well.
Yes, absolutely. You see it again. In fact, I've just seen the replay, Paul. It was Thiago Silva with the header, not Malo Gusto, we initially thought, but nevertheless, fantastic header, and one that really should be beating Matt Sells, which obviously he did. We should be nesting in the bottom corner for Chelsea. But unfortunately for them, he didn't find that way. As Gallagher now has possession. Good player, Gallagher. Our wife to Palmer. There's a dangerous crossing and it's cleared away this time by Nottingham Forest. Gibbs wide there, appeals for handball by Chelsea. Nothing given by the referees. Chris Wood holds up the play well. Does well, Chris Wood. Van Gibbs White wins his side of free kick. And Gibbs White is asking for a card here. And so too is Ryan Yates. But Tony Harrington, 420 from Cleveland, just stands there and smiles and not taking any prisoners today, Paul.
Yeah, no, I mean, if that was me, if I was the referee and people were getting me in my face demanding yellow cards, I'd be like, yeah, here's one for you.
Yeah, you see Pochettino's reaction there to that header coming off the post. Here comes Hudson-Odoi. Chips falling towards the back post. No one's there. Went over the head of Chris Wood and now Mudryk can bring this clear for Chelsea. Up to Jackson, who can't win the header there, and he's headed away by Nottingham Forest. Only as far as Ryan Yates, who can bring it down and then send forward. Here's Chris Wood, brilliant chest by the big number 11 for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1, and Forest yet to go to their bench. Look at options on the bench. Divock Origi, Anthony Elanga, Taiwo Awoniyi potentially to change the game. It's 1-1 as here comes Moses Caicedo. Good bit of footwork into Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku does well to find Kukurea. Back to Nkunku again. Caicedo. Palmer now has possession. Lovely one from Palmer. He goes down. Is this a free kick? It is right on the edge. Free kick to Chelsea. Foul on Cole Palmer. And he's in a dangerous position. And a shooting opportunity now for Chelsea as Palmer goes down under the challenge of Danilo. And I don't really think Danilo really touched him.
I think he catches him. When you're moving, when you're running fast, it doesn't take much if you're clipped. And I think he just catches him. And he goes down, and a free kick for Chelsea right now. Dangerous position.
Yes, and Nkunku send over this. Palmer 2. And Nkunku still over this. Palmer with him as well. They'll probably have a word with each other. Marcel's just standing up his wall. He's got a man laid down behind the wall. Here of Nottingham Forest is Ryan Yates. He's doing this. Is Danilo's the man lying behind this Nottingham Forest wall. And Palmer goes straight into the wall and Forest managed to clear. And that was a poor free kick from one of the bright sparks in this Chelsea side today, Paul.
Yeah, it was a very poor free kick, but it's also very hard to get it up and down over the wall from that distance. Sometimes that having a free kick that close can work against you. Might have been better for somebody to blast it from that range.
Yes, he is. Cole Palmer, low ball in, his breaks from Murillo, appeals for handball by the Chelsea players, nothing given, and they clear it to Ed Nottingham Forest. Gusto has it in now for Chelsea. They're still appealing for handball at Chelsea, but the referee involved bother checking it, but nothing given as of yet. I didn't think it looked like an handball on first view, and I may have to see a replay, but from where we are, it didn't look like an handball. As here comes Chelsea with possession, and Gusto has it. Down the line, yeah. It was a penalty area, and he's cleared away behind. This time by Murillo for a corner. Look at this again, Paul.
You can't give that as a penalty. That would be ridiculous. Football would be dead to me if they gave that as a penalty. He has his hand by his side. It comes off his boot and just bounces up to his hand. There is nothing he can do about that. that would be preposterous to give that as a penalty.
Yes, corner to Chelsea then. No penalty has been given, Paul, I can tell you. So you'll be happy to hear.
Common sense prevails.
Corner whipped in and cleared away. And Danilo will try and help Forest counter. He's got Hudson-Odoi out wide of him and he's found Callum Hudson-Odoi. And he's charging forward, gives way to the far post if Hudson-Odoi can find him. Goes to Olaina! And just wide from Olaina, that's close. Nesting in the bottom corner. Olaina with the chance there. And he just goes wide there, Paul James.
Yeah, it wasn't far away. He's had a couple of efforts like that, Olaina, today, hasn't he? And he's coming closer.
Yes, from a first perspective, they'll be hoping that one of these chances will go into the back of the net, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, they've had the chances. Of course, Chris Wood having the best of them.
Yes, it's Chelsea win a corner. Marcel's charging out of his area to clear the ball. And he takes out Nicholas Jackson in the process as well. I think he just gets to the ball first, which he does, and then clatters Jackson afterwards. No penalty there. Just a corner, which is rightly given by referee Tony Harrington, in my opinion there, Paul. And Tony Harrington just walking back towards his spot where he can watch everything that happens inside this penalty area, just outside the penalty area. Cole Palmer, if one of those Chelsea fans will be ready to take the corner, or no, he'll leave it to Conor Gallagher to take this time. He's in towards the penalty area and cleared away. And Nottingham Forest want a free kick. They're nothing given. Plays back to his feet. His Gusto has possession. As Forest is forcing Chelsea back. Chalabar to Caicedo. And Caicedo gets the ball out wide. Looking for the run of Gusto and finds it. On this right hand side. Goes in field to Nkunku on the edge of the penalty area. Easier for Cole Palmer. Can he get a strike and goal? Goes to Conor Gallagher on the left hand side of the penalty area. Further left to Mudryk. Inside the penalty area. Palmer into the box. And that's just cleared away. And Chelsea will look to try and get a shooting opportunity here, but Forest have worked this well. And Hudson-Odoi's away. Down the left hand side. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Jordan Chalabar. In towards the penalty area he goes. Pushing the edge of the box. Shoots! Coming up and off with the top of the crossbar and behind. So unlucky from Callum Hudson-Odoi. And Nottingham Forest. I think they've won a corner here, Paul. I think this takes the deflection on its way through. But Callum Hudson-Odoi, very unlucky there not to put Chelsea behind here and put Forest into the lead.
Yeah, definitely an opportunity there. He cut inside as he normally does, Callum Hudson-Odoi. He got the curling effort away. The goalkeeper was beating all ends up, and it landed on the top of the crossbar. Very, very unlucky. What a fantastic effort that was.
Yes, so Nottingham Forest are about to make a double substitution here. Anthony Elanga and Harry Toffolo are the men coming on in the 72nd minute. And it's Ryan Yates and Montiel, the players that are going off here.
To be expected.
I'm surprised with Montiel going off, with Olaina playing left back and Toffolo being a left back. But I can understand Ryan Yates going off, Paul.
Well, it probably means Olaina will switch to the other side and Toffolo will go at left back, I suspect.
Yes, it's here the corner comes in from Nottingham Forest, and Petrovic just comes and claims and will look to try and get Chelsea on the quick counter attack. Will he know he'll slow it down? And it's now with Thiago Silva who can get this ball forward to Mykhailo Mudryk. Mudryk in field to Nkunku. And Mudryk looking for the return pass. But Olaina's across there to defend well. And good play there from the newly placed right back as Chelsea make a substitution of their own. Their goal scorer, Mykhailo Mudryk, is being replaced by Raheem Sterling here in the 73rd minute. And Raheem Sterling on now. And what would you make to Mudryk's contribution to this game today, Paul? Yes, it's got his goal, but have you been impressed with outside produce out there today?
A lot of huffing and puffing, but besides the goal, he hasn't really done a great deal. I think also Pochettino might like to add some pace down that side. So bringing on Raheem Sterling makes sense with 17 minutes to go.
Yes, it is still Nottingham Forest 1, Chelsea 1. Can Nottingham Forest stay compact in the final 17 minutes, or will Chelsea find that breakthrough? See, Forest stay compact, there will be a Premier League side next season, as Cole Palmer will try and change that fact. Into Nkunku, shot is over, and is behind for a goal kick to Nottingham Forest. But Raheem Sterling on there, and it'd be interesting to see how this game goes on in the end. And there's some more football taking place today. The League Two playoffs are in full swing. Dogs whoever's got knocked out on penalties yesterday against Crewe, and will see Crewe face in there in the final of the League Two playoffs as MK Dons trail 3-0 from the first leg against Crawley. They play this evening at 7:45. Unfortunately, no coverage here on the commentary hub. And will Nottingham Forest, and Forest have taken the lead, as I was just saying that, and it's Callum Hudson-Odoi against his former side, and Nottingham Forest out of nowhere, where in the second half, as Chelsea have caused him a number of problems, have taken the lead here, Paul James, and it's 2-1 to Nottingham Forest.
Well, it's brilliant play actually. This is what Callum Hudson-Odoi has done all throughout this game. He's done it all throughout the season, and Chelsea haven't picked up on this. Is very naive defending. He picks the ball up down the left. He cuts inside. It's what he's done all season. He's famous for it. And Chelsea did not close him down. It was a great one run by Gibbs White to Hudson-Odoi, but what a time to get it on his 100th league appearance for Callum Hudson-Odoi. It was a beautiful finish, I might add, but they did not see that. They did not see him cutting in like that, like he has done all season. But that'll be it now for Nottingham Forest. That's another season in the Premier League for them. And Luton, Burnley and Sheffield United are down.
Yes, and Nottingham Forest, with a fantastic goal through Callum Hudson-Odoi, are now in the lead. And it's a fantastic, well-taken goal from Callum Hudson-Odoi. And that's a super, and as Paul rather mentioned, superb goal. And Hudson-Odoi has done that all afternoon, cut in from the left-hand side and bent a shot towards goal. And Chelsea haven't stopped him from doing that all afternoon, and he's just produced it there. And Burnley, like Paul says, will be joined in the Championship next season. And Sheffield United were relegated last week, and Luton Town as well, with Nottingham Forest safe for yet another season in the Premier League. So Luton, Burnley and Sheffield United, the three teams that got promoted last season, are the three teams that are getting relegated from the Premier League this time around. And it's not happened for quite a while, but what a story that would be. The three promoted teams from last season getting promoted. Here in Callum Hudson-Odoi with that goal, which secures Forest survival if he stays like this, and Luton's relegation along with Burnley and Sheffield United for the Championship next season. And the Forest fans, some have took the shirts off. They're in party mood now, and there's going to be a party atmosphere here for the final 14 or so minutes, Paul James. And what an atmosphere it has been, not just in the last few minutes, but from the start of this game. Forest have just received a yellow card from Moussa Niakate for delaying the restart and time wasting.
Yeah, that's when that is appropriate, as I said earlier, to give that type of card in that situation.
And Niakate takes it long downfield this time, the free kick. Chris Wood is there, goes away to Raheem Sterling. Anna couldn't pick up out there. And now Nkunku to Raheem Sterling. Back heel down the line looking for Nkunku, who's out of play for a throw in to Nottingham Forest. And this is good play by the Reds, who will look to survive. Here there's Forest fans getting behind their team and chanting that they're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen, as the throw comes in looking towards Chris Wood. And he's Marco Correa into the path of Moises Caicedo. And he's back from Chalabar to the path of Petrovic, who can clear long downfield. Petrovic This long kick is headed away by Nia Carter. Chelsea, what have they got left in their tank to try and stop Forest from staying up on this Saturday afternoon, early evening? Is Gusto coming forward? He's got Palmer on one of him. Well, Gusto falling towards a penalty, looking for Jackson inside the penalty area, and he's cleared away. That was a poor bit of play there in the end after going to the penalties. Reece James is a man coming on now for Chelsea, and he's replacing Chelsea's captain, Conor Gallagher, who hands over the captain's armband to the club captain, Reece James, as Chelsea make another sub there. And Conor Gallagher has performed well today, Paul, but Reece James, I think it's right time to fetch him on and shore up that defence now for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely been impressive today's Conor Gallagher, but Chelsea need to kind of get something now in the next few minutes, because if they do want that Conference League place, and it's not what you would expect from Chelsea at the start of the season, but given the fact that how bad their season has been this season, to be still chasing a European Conference League place would be a tremendous achievement for them.
It would is Moises Caicedo. What can he do with possession? Caicedo gets the ball out wide, and this is a good bit of play. And he's Raheem Sterling inside the penalty. Sterling still going, shoots and scores. Raheem Sterling, just like that, Chelsea back level. And it's Raheem Sterling with the finish. Cut in from the left-hand side, a bit like Callum Hudson-Odoi. And fires home, and on 80 minutes, 10 minutes left to play. It's Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 2. And we're right back where we started at the start of the day, all square, Paul James.
Oh, it's a nice finish by Raheem Sterling, isn't it? Curled into the corner. Beautiful finish. And Chelsea can now start looking at maybe and an immediate impact by Raheem Sterling. A tactical switch of brilliance by Pochettino.
Yes, absolute brilliant by Pochettino. But Forest, can they get back their noses in front again for yet another time, as Chelsea have pegged them back this time around? If you're wondering who scored the goals, as you can see, it's 2-2 across the bottom. There is a goal scored by so far in this game. It's 2-2 in the game between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea this afternoon. You're just tuning into us. Those are the goal scorers, and then the minutes are scored in as we bring you the remaining 10 minutes or so in this game, as Chelsea are being forced back, as Callum Hudson-Odoi yet again picks up possession, as Chelsea will look to come forward. If you just joined us here, it's 2-2 in the game between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. Callum Hudson-Odoi will Forest 2-1 up after being 1-0 down from Michaela Mudryk. But Raheem Sterling, the substitute, scored on the 80th minute to bring us all level yet again, as Callum Hudson-Odoi. And there's a 3-2 for Chelsea, and just like that, Chelsea in the lead.
Unbelievable.
And it's that man, Nicholas Jackson, who has done it for Chelsea. And unbelievable stuff, as Paul James Riley says. And Jackson has turned this game back on its head, and Chelsea back into the lead. And it's now Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3, Paul James.
Well, it starts with a really good ball down to the number 24 for Chelsea there, Reece James, the other substitute. He swings the ball in, and Matt Sells comes for it, but he realises he's not going to get there. If you come for it as a goalkeeper, you've got to get there, and he doesn't get that. And that left Nicholas Jackson with an easy header to make it 3-2. And, the two substitutes, Reece James and Raheem Sterling, have made an immediate impact there. And Pochettino will feel very, very justified at these substitutions. And all of a sudden, Chelsea could very well now, with 2 games left, still steal that Conference League place.
Yes, and we were just speaking a few moments ago when Forest went 2-0, Paul, that they were safe, and Luton, Burnley and Sheffield United were relegated. But that is no longer the case now, as Nicholas Jackson, who's just scored in the 82nd minute, has picked up a yellow card in the 83rd minute for going into the crowd and celebrating, which is a silly thing to do. And Chelsea have just won themselves a goal kick here, and it looked as though Forest were staying up at one stage in this game, but the Portsmouth atmosphere, Paul, now has died down here at the City Ground.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't expecting that after taking a 2-1 lead, were they? It's just come out. I mean, look, seriously, there's a 12-goal deficit here. It basically means that Forest have to lose 6-0 at Burnley and Luton have to win 6-0. They're safe. They're not going down. But I think really more or less the point of it is when you take a 2-1 lead and then you can see 2 quick goals like that, it kind of sucks the life out of the crowd.
Yes, and that's what it seems to have done here. Forest fans will have to find that extra spark, try and help the players with that extra spark to get back into the lead and get back into this game and get their Premier League survival secured today before going into the final day. We're needing a miracle to potentially stay up, but we'll have to wait and see whether Forest can stay up today. They will just need to get that one goal today to stay up, Nottingham Forest. And I'm reading as well, if Forest avoid a heavy defeat to Chelsea, which they currently are doing, avoiding an heavy defeat, then Luton would still be relegated today. So Forest could still secure survival today, even with this defeat, Paul, which would be a remarkable achievement.
Well, I think Luton, because Forest have to go to Burnley on the last game of the season, I think what you're looking at, I'm looking at the goal difference now. You'd have to see a 12-goal turnaround. They're safe. That's not going to matter at this point. But they would have, once they got the 2-1 lead, they would have liked to have closed the last home game of the season out with a win, and that hasn't happened. But they're safe. They're not going down.
Yes, Reece James for Chelsea, opposite to Gusto and Thiago Silva there too. And Hudson-Odoi trying to get the ball back for Chelsea. Again, off of Chelsea for Forest, should I say. It's Gusto trying to come forward, but that's a fantastic challenge across there brilliantly. And Chelsea will look to come forward as we see another change, double change for Nottingham Forest, which sees Dominguez and Awoniyi about to come on here for Nottingham Forest. And it's number 14, Callum Hudson-Odoi going off, which I'm surprised about, Paul.
Surprised it's not Chris Wood, to be honest.
And the other one, which I'm surprised about, is Moussa Niakate coming off as well.
Well, they're going for I'm not surprised at that. The only thing I'm surprised about is not Chris Wood rather than Hudson-Odoi. But perhaps they're looking for a 2-pronged attack to try to get themselves back into this. I'm surprised we didn't see Taiwo Awoniyi earlier, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself, Paul. Fetched him in a bit earlier could have caused Chelsea a bit more problems with 2 up front rather than just the one, which is probably why Chelsea have got the nose back in front. When they've just had the one player there to watch, he's been a lot better. It's been a lot easier for Chelsea, in my opinion. Dominguez comes forward here for Nottingham Forest. And now
we've been treated to a game today, haven't we?
We have 5 goals in this game of the City Ground so far. And we've played 87 minutes. Paul, I'm not sure if the goals have ended.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Will we get any more goals in this game? It's 3-2 to Chelsea. The latest scores. The one using inside the penalty area. Gibbs wants to take this corner. He's also got Chris Wood in there to aim at. There's a corner kick. It was a back post. And Petrovic claims it and saves there. And it's Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3, and Petrovic with a comfortable save there from the corner pole.
Yeah, it was an easy one to pluck out there. I think Chelsea have seem to have got the game in the bag at the moment. I think they'll probably close this out. We'll see how much stoppage time there is. But Forest, well, they'll be playing Premier League football again next season. See, what you've got to remember, the points deductions have also played the role in this. Forest would have been safe a long time ago had it not been for the points deduction that they've had. Same with Everton. Burnley and Luton would have been gone a few weeks ago. But just given the way that this is, it's all looked a little bit closer than what it should have done.
Yes, and we're into the final few moments of this game. Is a free kick to Chelsea, foul on Nottingham Sterling, who stays down the line, trying to help him back up, but he's staying down. And we will bring you the player of the match shortly, which will be picked by my lovely esteemed colleague Paul James. We'll tell you about who that's going to be very soon, as there's a free kick to Chelsea here. All on Nottingham Sterling in this game, as we see Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3 in this game, as Marco Correa will take the free kick. As we'll get ready to give you a play of the match very, very soon. We have picked one, and we'll give you that play of the match shortly. And it's a good choice from player of the match as well, in my opinion. We'll wait to see what that is in a second. And here's a good ball in towards the penalty area, looking for the run of Gibbs White as he tried to get the ball forward. And he wins the ball back brilliantly, Gibbs White there. And Forest can try and get another equaliser. Try and steal their survival today. Toffolo, crossing. Woods there, flicked it backwards. Wrong way. Comes towards Gibbs White. It was penalty area. We're into stoppage time now, where we will have 7 additional minutes. Murillo delivers a cross in. Heads go up, and he's cleared away by Cucurella. There's a child foul by Anthony Elanga on him there. And is a free kick to Chelsea. Foul on Marco Correa by Anthony Elanga.
I just want to take another look at this. It may be a clash of heads. I don't see that as being a foul, if I'm being honest. Seems to be okay on his feet now, doesn't he?
Yeah, seems to be okay now. Just been helped up by Thiago Silva. Just to answer a couple of questions, people asking about Luke Turton. What I will say is Luke has decided to leave the channel with immediate effect last weekend. We want to wish Luke all the best for the future. We will not make another comment at this time, other than to wish Luke all the best for the future moving forward. In the end, there we wish Luke all the best moving forward in whatever he decides to do next. And that's not just from myself, but from everyone here in the commentary. We wish Luke all the best for the future, and thank you for his excellent services to the commentary hub and all our participating channels from when he's been with us here on the channel, and he's done a remarkable job for us when he's worked here, and he's done some really good commentaries alongside myself and Paul during this.
Yeah, I share that with you, Ross. Yeah.
As I was saying, that Chelsea had a chance with Gusto, which was fantastically saved by the goalkeeper from Nottingham Forest, Sells, as well as a block by Dominguez, who got back there as well to help out with a good sliding block to put off Gusto right at the last moment there. We've played coming up towards 92.5 minutes of the 7 added. Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3 in this game. Match still open for Nottingham Forest to get a goal back, as Dominguez goes into the referee's notebook for that late challenge there, as the referee books Dominguez. It's still Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3. Here's Taiwo Awoniyi. Infield it goes well. And the ball's played down the line looking for Anthony Elanga. Thiago Silva's across there. Down the line it goes into Gusto. And Gusto will look to get the ball forward. He will. But he's given away to Toffolo. And Forest will try and come again. It's Danilo. Down the line it goes. Into the path of Anthony Elanga. And Elanga brings the ball forward and is out of play for a throw-in. To Chelsea. And Chelsea with Reece James about going to take this throw in. As we bring the game towards a close, we'll go to Paul in a moment. But his player of the match and our player of the match this afternoon will announce that shortly. We'll just see what happens with this free kick for Chelsea, where they play to the cross for a pass looking for Marco Correa. Down the line it goes looking for the Nicholas Jackson, and that's cleared away brilliantly by Willie Bolly up towards Anthony Elanga. Took out Marco Correa. And will this be a yellow card for Anthony Elanga from the referee? Here, the referee Tony Harrington is looking at him, but no card here for Anthony Elanga. I'm surprised by that with the late challenge they did there on Marco Correa. Paul, you?
Not really. He went for the ball, but he caught him. It wasn't. He went. The key factor for me there is he went for the ball. He wasn't just trying to stop him from progressing in play. For me, that would be a ticking off, in my opinion, not really a yellow card.
Yes, as Chelsea have given possession away. It's Ola Aina has possession now for Nottingham Forest in the right back position. Down the line it goes, out of play for a throw-in. 2 minutes left. Throw-in to be taken for Chelsea's. For Forest, which Aina will take. And while we wait for this, while this throw is being played backwards, Paul, would you like to give out your player of the match, which is sponsored today by the brilliant and fantastic commentary services?
Yes, I would like to give player of the match to Cole Palmer for Chelsea. I think for the most part he's dominated the midfield. He's been involved in 2 of their goals. He's also been very, very effective in creating chances in the midfield. He's been the spark plug behind Chelsea's attack. So for me, I was going to maybe give it to Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. I don't want to give him a special mention. But for me, the player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Chelsea's number 20, Cole Palmer.
Thank you very much, Paul. As Nottingham Forest, while Paul was explaining his reasons there, win themselves a corner. Morgan gives White to take it. Awoniyi's in there. Toffolo, Murillo, Elanga, Wood, all inside the penalty area for Nottingham Forest. Willie Bolly in there too. Gibbs White to tear this corner, whipped in underneath the goalkeeper. He's put under pressure. He manages to claim it and fall to the floor when claiming it there, and that is a comfortable catch in the end from Petrovic. Under pressure from Chris Wood and Murillo, he comes and claims it and then falls to the ground. And now boots it long downfield with less than 30 seconds left to go. Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3. Heads forward. Here is Nicholas Jackson. But Dominguez has won the ball back and he plays it down the line. Forest with Awoniyi gets the ball forward and Chris Wood's after this. Thiago Silva's across there too and he plays it into the crowd. Thiago Silva. We've played almost 7 minutes. Nottingham Forest sees Ola Aina come running across to tear this throw in. It's going to be a long throw. Last chance saloon now. If Forest don't score for me, I think the full time whistle will go if this attack doesn't come to anything. It's going to be a long throw. Ola Aina to take it into the penalty area. Next it goes, bouncing across to the back post. Elanga helps it back into the penalty area. Awoniyi's in there. Cleared away. Can Cucurella and clear he does. Up into the night sky with the City ground. He breaks on halfway. Dominguez just keeps the ball in for Nottingham Forest. Sends it long downfield. Flicked on. Breaks towards the penalty for Chris Wood. Comes for Gibbs White across and cross comes shot from Gibbs White, goes wide. Played almost a minute over the 7 added minutes. And that was the last chance there for Nottingham Forest to get something from the game, Paul James.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure who Morgan Gibbs White thinks he is. I don't know if he thinks he's Marco van Basten, but that was a very audacious effort.
Yes, very audacious effort. We'll get your thoughts on the game in a moment, Paul, once the full-time whistle goes, which should be any second now, I would expect. And it is any second now. The full-time whistle has gone, and Nottingham Forest have been beaten by 3-2 against Chelsea in the Premier League this evening. Goals in the first half from Mudryk, added 2 in the second half by Sterling and Jackson for Chelsea. Forest took the lead on 75 minutes after Callum Hudson-Odoi, after Willy Bolly pulled one back in the first half. Hudson-Odoi then put Chelsea behind on 75 minutes and Forest into the lead. But Raheem Sterling and Nicholas Jackson seal the win for Chelsea and seal the win. They do in the end. And what a fantastic game it has been. It is finished in this game. Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3. Before we can get the full-time scores from around the grounds in the Premier League today, I would just like to give Paul James time to give us his thoughts on the match we have just witnessed as Nottingham Forest lose out in a 5-goal thriller. It's finished Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3.
Well, it boils down to the chance missed by Chris Wood, in my opinion. If he'd have put that away, Forest would have potentially been 2 up, and it would have made it much harder for Chelsea. I think, to be honest with you, the other key element to that third goal for Chelsea was the fact that Matt Sells came for the ball. He was never going to get there, and then immediately he's out of position and waiting on the back post with the header is Nicholas Jackson. Forest can go into the final game against Burnley just feeling fairly relaxed. They're safe, but it would have been better to have assured it on their home ground today, and I think they had the chance to do that, but some careless defensive players cost them in the end.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. I must have to agree with you there. Just want to say, when you through today's scores in the Premier League and bring you the table, I just want to say a big thank you to Mike Ornament, who says, fantastic game that. Great commentary, lads. Thank you very much, Mike. And also Media Radio, Jingles and Game, he says, good commentary as always, guys. Very much appreciated as well there, Media Radio, Jingles and Gaming, and obviously yourself, Mike. Thank you very much for your continued support of myself and Paulie on the commentary, but all the participating channels as well. And we'll look forward to having you back on the channel very soon, Mike, hopefully with us during the coverage of the Arsenal game tomorrow. Let me just bring you the Premier League results from today. Starting off with Fulham 0, Manchester City 4, Bournemouth 1, Brentford 2, Everton 1, Sheffield United 0, Newcastle United 1, Brighton Hove Albion 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Burnley 1. Burnley are relegated to the Championship. I almost said relegated to the Premier League there, Paul. West Ham United 3, Luton Town 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Crystal Palace 3, and Nottingham Forest 2, Chelsea 3. Just want to say, with the table now, this is how it stands, and I'll start off with the bottom half of the table. That result for Burnley means they are relegated. Sheffield at the bottom of the table. Burnley in 19th, they're both relegated, can't get out of the bottom 3. Luton, by an accident, will join Burnley and Sheffield United in the, by a miracle, should I say, will join Burnley and Sheffield United in the Championship next season. Nottingham Forest all but safe, just need to go into the final day to secure at least a point, and they will be there. Brentford are in 16th, they're safe. Everton are in 15th, they're safe now on 40 points. Fulham are in 14th on 44 points. Wolves are in 13th on 46. Crystal Palace in 12th on 46. Bournemouth in 11th on 48. Brighton in 10th on 48. West Ham in 9th on 52. Man United in 8th on 54. Chelsea in 7th on 57 after that comeback win. Newcastle in 6th on 57. Tottenham in 5th on 63. Aston Villa in 4th on 67. Liverpool in 3rd on 78. Arsenal in 2nd on 83. They play Manchester United tomorrow. We'll have that game for you. And in 1st, Manchester City, new leaders at the top of the Premier League on 85 points. Arsenal will go top if they beat Manchester United tomorrow. You can hear that game with Paul James on commentary, myself, Russ Vernon in the presenter's chair for that one tomorrow evening. We'll bring you more results from the games tomorrow as well. Other results from the Championship playoff matches, along with some other results as well tomorrow, along some more as we bring you more live coverage of the Premier League tomorrow. Then we'll have at least one final day coverage of a game here on the commentary on the final day of the season. We'll announce which game that will be on our social media channels after the midweek fixtures. We'll pick a game and we'll bring you to you here on the commentary of next weekend on all participating channels. One final game of the season, and we'll keep you up to date with all of the other games as they happen in the Premier League final day next weekend. We'll bring you one game live and rest up. Either have people bringing updates onto the show with us into the commentary, or bring you the commentary as we can. But thank you very much for listening today with us here on the commentary of myself, Russ Vernon and Paul James. Really do appreciate the love and support you give us for every single game that we cover here on the channel. From myself, Russ Vernon, from Paul James, from Mike Orneman, from JB John Suttard, and the rest of the team behind the scenes and on our team as well, we thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon. But once again, for those who missed it, Luke Turton earlier this week decided to leave the commentary with immediate effect. We want to wish Luke all the best for the future from everyone at the commentary hub, and we wish him all the very best, and he leaves with our best wishes moving forward, and good luck to whatever Luke decides to do in the future. But that's everything we're going to say regarding Luke. No more mentions of Luke, please, in the comments. We'll put the statement out here tonight. Thank you very much for listening, everybody, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. It's goodbye for now.